Yes, it. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Assa, not Chair LiveWire program. A program that is that has the objective of raising entrepreneurs and giving them the necessary knowledge that they need to manage their businesses. So at this point in the program, we have entrepreneurs that have been learning different principles of business management for some time now, and they are going to have a pitching session where they will talk about their business and possibly convince people out there, even those of you watching live, to invest in their business ventures. So we are going to take about 9 of them, one after the other, and we promise there's going to be an informatory session, and we are going to learn so much from these new startups that are coming on board. Thank you.
All right, can we have the first speaker in the person of Oloma Amade? We can applaud while the person makes it.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Uloma Amadi, and then my business name is the Jumo Foods Enterprises. Currently, in Nigeria and in other African countries, there has been an increase in diet-related diseases such as diabetes. In fact, it is estimated that 11.2 million Nigerians suffer currently from diabetes. In Nigeria, we also have so many persons who are unable to cook their food at home, especially breakfast. We have not mothers who are working class. We have persons who are unable to access food in their natural state. And we have persons who are unable to even afford them. My business seeks to bring within the reach of homes, families, and individuals food preserved in their as natural state as possible. We intend to achieve this goal through a variety of means. And one key aspect is the challenge of packaging, and my business seeks to address these challenges because wealthy people are unwilling to patronize so many of these vendors because of the packaging and because of other fears. But this business seeks to package natural food in such an appetizing way that everybody will be willing to access it. Well, the grants that will be given will be used mainly for the purchase of equipment such as especially the dehydrator, which is the main equipment in keeping this. We'll also give affordable prices so that we can meet the needs of low income and
You would have waited so that you take the feedback. Yes, so you take the feedback. Yeah. Please, you have to come back to the teaching stage. Yes.
So can we comment on Uloma?
Yes, go ahead.
Very much, sir. I want to especially thank you, Share LiveWire, for this opportunity for the mentoring session. I hope everyone is having a nice time. For Uloma, we talk about having your food in the natural form because of diet-related disease. I want to ask specifically, are you going to be looking at those who already have diabetes, or is going to be for everybody? That's one thing to also look at your market generally. And if you're looking at the one for everybody, how do you intend convincing people to actually key into it?
A major means of convincing people currently, wheat bread, for instance, which is one of our products, is unappealing to persons who are healthy because of the way and manner it's presented. Most times it's baked in without sweetness and in forms that healthy people would be unwilling to eat. So we intend to, our core strategy is the marketing, the packaging,
For actually preserving it.
the I think yeah.
I've lost it.
Yeah. So he's talking about the you are the preservation. Yeah. Is it possible that there's a reason why people are currently not adding sweeteners? Have you tried to find out?
Yes, because most times the market
Mm-hmm.
is targeted at only diabetics. But in my pitch, I also said it's for busy people with busy schedules. That means I also target healthy people who desire to eat healthy, but because of their busy schedule, I'm unable. Most times they just go over the counter and buy the food there. Maybe snacks, because the snacks, most of the snacks available in Nigeria currently are unhealthy snacks made from white flour and other products. Because the size of the hydrator I've given the cost to be able to start would be a good starting point for the business. Because already I actually started, but I couldn't do. I started, but most of the products we churn out were the ones we use oven. That's the ones you can locally bake. But the ones that require the hydrators, the business has been unable to meet that need.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So, does anybody have any questions for Oloma before she leaves the stage?
One more question while we are waiting for Blessing to come back. Since you mentioned that the major machinery you need for this is the dehydrator and it's going to cost you 300,000 naira based on your findings. Okay, I'm thinking you are considering local fabrication. Have you factored in power? Because this machine has to be constant for your product to be preserved and for you to continue to supply constantly. So have you tried to consider power?
Yes, locally fabricated works. Most times they use charcoal, and it's more cost effective than using in this part of Nigeria than using electricity. Of course, we hope to grow up to the point where we use the electric appliance.
A charcoal-driven dehydrator, do you really think it's eco-friendly? Because there are ethical considerations for these things present. Okay, I think that's to ask you.
Well, so let's give Oloma a round of applause. All right.
So the next person.
Such include we also want to offer internship positions to them. This is possible if we want to start small. We are thinking of starting with 50 first students from each of these 5 institutions, and each of the students is expected to pay 10,000 naira per a 3-month plan. And if we have to put
Time is up. Feedbacks, questions.
You see, they have a challenge in courses. And my question is, what are you going to be looking at? What specific courses? We have different courses. We have engineering courses. We have medical courses. What are you going to be focusing on? Are you going to be, is it going to be engineering or medical courses? That's one. And then after that, you're also going to consider it. How do you align tutorial with their questions? Because the essence of student coming for tutorials is to be able to pass the exams. So we're going to also be looking at the fact that lecturers set their exams differ in different campuses. So how are you going to harmonize the 5 institutions you talked about to ensure that whatever you're offering is specific to to how the exams is going to look like. That's also another factor. Then where are you going to be gathering them? Is it online or offline? That's also another factor also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I intend to have, in these 5 institutions, I intend to have centers that in these various 5 institutions that would galvanize each activities in each of these universities. So with respect to the different disciplines, I intend to bring in persons of different academic disciplines. If it is engineering, we bring an engineer. If it is in the medical field, we bring a medical doctor. So that is how I am trying to achieve the purpose of giving effective tutorial services to these students. And we are going to have a central place where they can actually reach us, an office, probably in Port Harcourt, that we can actually bring all these activities together to ensure that there is a central place that these children can actually come and have one-on-one interface with the firm. Thank you.
So you are saying that you will have teachers from different disciplines.
Yes.
Are you inferring that you will almost have as many teachers as the school is also employing, because the school employs teachers for the respective fields they are offering?
Yes, we are not trying to replace the position of the school. What we are trying to do is just to aid the students. So what we are trying to look at is having one tutorial tutor per one faculty. Like for instance, in Faculty of Law, we can have one. In Faculty of Engineering, we can have one. So these tutorial services is not something that we do on a daily basis. It should be weekly basis. So probably in a month, it is just 4 times. So in that way, we don't want to replace the position of the school, because I think the position of the school is so sacrosanct in the training of the students.
Okay. Having one tutor per faculty, it sounds a bit unrealistic, knowing fully that there are specialties, right? So how will you possibly be able to get someone who will be able to address the courses that are in the course outline? Because, like Mr. Blessing was asking you, how would you be able to marry your services with the course outline that the school is working with? So I don't really see it easy or doable to have one person master courses like this and be able to deliver effectively. Maybe you need to.
Yes, because what we are actually targeting is the fresh students. These fresh students, they normally have a general course outline. So we're not actually targeting probably year 2, year 3, year 4. We are targeting the fresh students just to give them perspective, guide them properly, direct them properly. That is what we are trying to do. So we're not trying to give them, make them, have a specialized knowledge of something. We just want to give them that guidance to have a sound academic background going forward.
Okay, if I add here, there's a suggestion based on the feedback that has also come in, is that you are going to actually base majorly on those courses that are kind of GST courses, I understand studies, where that the year one students are all offering and that are compulsory. I remember back in school then there's this MPC, mathematics, physics, and chemistry for engineering and engineering students, science students. So, but starting will be a bit difficult for you to capture all the faculties. Are you getting my point? And even at that point of mathematics, mathematics, physics, and chemistry, even at that point, different people have different specialties. You get me? So you may want to look at it and say, okay, I want to start with science-related departments first before moving, spreading my tentacles to other faculties. Like we will discuss later, you may have a mission. This is the goal. This is my vision for this agency I want to set up. But you should be able to say, this is where I am starting from.
Again, consider how would you pay the people you are bringing in
Yes.
to handle this. I heard when you mentioned that the students are to pay 10,000 naira in 3 months or so, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how will you pay the people you are going to hire people? Maybe are they staying within the school environment, the school community? Talking about their logistics or accommodation, what will your remuneration be like?
Okay. Before I get these persons, we are going to enter a more like a partnership agreement where we have to agree to this is the certain percentage. And since it is a growing business, it's just a startup. I don't think any realistic tutor will come in to expect the firm to pay, humongous expensive fees. So we are trying to to ensure that they get certain percentage from the money that is being paid.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know if there's any other comment. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next person.
The fellow teachers, you can actually ask questions. I don't know
Yes.
if you have one solidarity
to
or
ask
no ask
questions.
questions. No,
Yeah.
that's not the point. Please. Actually ask questions.
Yes, because the idea is
Or
also
suggestions.
It's also one way or the other.
the idea is also to help broaden the scope of his thinking as well. Okay.
If there's none, I think we can move to the next.
Yeah.
Are we clapping? Okay. The next person is Orikoha Uzoma.
Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm Oriko Uzoma. I'm here to discuss. Sorry, my statement problem is how might we increase the supply of long-lasting paint in Onega River State. We notice there is high cost of paint in the rural area, and those living in the rural area find it difficult to buy paint. And then we also notice that because the production companies are not closer to the rural areas, they don't beautify their homes because of the distance. So we decide I will take some and we decide to if we can bring paint production closer to the people to reduce the high cost of production. Homes are being beautified. It will go a long way to tell the society how the environment how the environment is. Then how do we target our customer target are the contractors.
Only your time is up. Can we make comments? Can we get feedback on our spaces?
Can I comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please speak.
Thank you very much, sir. For what you have said so far, have you looked at the fact that what kind of rural area are you talking about? Is it suburb or because there are different kind of rural areas? Like my own community, are you talking about the very deep rural areas or the one close to town? Because that's very important. Then two, in terms of bringing paint production to people. Also looking at the fact that people have flair for quality product. Somebody that wants to build a house in the rural area will most likely stay in the rural area, maybe coming from town, and the person wants to do something very nice in his rural community. Do you consider the fact that you might not want to use, consider the fact that you don't have a brand name that is strong yet, might not want to use the product that you're not really aware of? That's another factor. How do you now get access to this coming from town to come and build houses in the rural areas? In the rural area, that's very important because your money will not be coming from the rural area. It will be coming from people that are actually staying in town, maybe in Lagos and some other places. You see that factor also. Because in terms of painting, are you going to be rendering services of painting, or you expect local painters in that area to do the job? Because that's also another factor that you'll be looking at. Then in terms of your cost consideration, how do you manage the costs in terms of what they sell, they want to sell in town, for those big companies, and the one that you're also going to be producing? Looking at the fact that you're going to be buying material most likely at a higher cost compared to what they do, because they buy in bulk. So these are some of the things that I think you should consider. Thank you.
If I should get you right, we put all this into consideration. If the factory is closer to the rural settlers, one, the cost price will reduce because of transportation. The cost price will reduce because of transportation, and then secondly, we are going to subsidize the price to the rural dwellers. Sorry. Then the first question, the first observation you observed, we are going to, for those that are coming from the urban, those that travel are coming for either a festive period to beautify their homes. Most likely they will like to use a high quality paint, and such provision will be there too for them. And for those that cannot afford those high qualities like satin and matte, which is emulsion, we also provide it for them so that the production will be available for those that are wealthy and those that are not wealthy.
Okay, so it appears that lesson raised quite a number of issues that I think you need to go back and look at again. So probably when you settle down, you can review this session. The videos are available, and then you can look at the questions again and the comments and observations and see how you can work on it, because the real issues to actually consider, the problem people in that setting you have in mind, the problem they have in terms of cost, is it because the production company is not located there? Because even when you cite the production company there, will they form large enough market to sustain the business? Wouldn't you need customers from outside that locality? And if you will need customers from outside that locality, the issues that you are looking at in terms of cost, wouldn't it apply to those other places where you will take the business to? So I think this is something you need to work on and think about, and probably review what you have so that you can sharpen it much better.
Okay. For the sake of subsequent pitching sessions, probably beyond the share LiveWire training, I think you need to have more confidence in yourself, because I noticed you were mumbling certain things together. I don't know whether I will blame it on stage fright. Okay, so because of that, there are certain pieces of information that were just lost from your pitching. So I would suggest you should do mock pitchings, maybe at home, before you step out and all that, so that next time you have a more coherent pitching. God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me Let me draw your mind to one key thing Mr. Blessing drew out, so that you understand as you watch the video later. You are looking at those in rural areas, but most times it is those in the urban settlement that come home to build houses. Are you getting my point? So how are you going to get their attention? Because sometimes, like even my uncle built a house recently, just completed it. So many of the things he brought from Benin. Are you getting the point? Because they feel the quality, everything, it is in the city they can have it. So you must take, and where does that come? Your marketing strategy. How will you draw their attention to know that, okay, instead of you to pay transport from bringing this in from Port Harcourt, and I actually have quality paint right here, which will still cut the cost that they are going to incur. So you look at that very well. That falls under the marketing part of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next picture will be Kingsley Obulo.
I'm Kingsley Obulo. I'm a computer graduate and a programmer. I'm here to introduce you to an e-reading platform. So welcome to nigeriareaders.com. It's actually a gateway to digital reading revolution in Nigeria. And what are the problems faced with Nigerian institutions today? We have the problem of accessibility to learning materials. We have the issue of high cost of printing material, books, and also we have the problem of accessibility and moving around with printable materials. So who are the target market we have? We have the students, the lecturers, the researchers, and also the administrators. So what are the market potentials of this platform? First of all, I will take you to the features of this samples. And this year, the JAMB registrar said the last academic session they admitted over 600,000 for the school year. If you put a price on it, where I make commission is if it is a paid ebook, the payment gateway will actually automatically give me my commission from the sales you make from that way. But there are books that will be there for free. Outside that, you also have an online community where students will interact or have a conversation based on different things. And through that, there will be ad placement on the platform where we'll make revenue through the platform, through the ad placement.
Okay, so I think the idea is a good one, but as has been observed, you also need to look at it again and those observations that have been made so that you can look at how to mitigate those areas of risk, because eventually the essence of business is to be able to make money. Yeah. Though some things might be given free, probably to be able to woo people to the platform, but you need to look at your revenue model once more. Yeah, if the revenue model revolves solely on a limited area of the expected visitors on the platform, then you might have an issue with revenue. So look at your revenue model again and come up with much more robust areas of revenue that can help your business to be much profitable. That's what I will just give you as feedback, so that as you go, you can look at it again. Thank you.
Let me, based on what our discussion yesterday, he said something, because the same thing we brought up when we're discussing the problem statement, and that's the foundation of Mr. Blessing's comment. How do you get Nigerians who are so used to free things to come, and so somehow that guarantees that, because students, like we all know, they are not pushed. I wouldn't want to use the word force to buy. They will not actually move an inch. But if there's that strong collaboration between himself and the lecturers in question, I believe it may fly.
Yeah, because most students even prefer copying from those, from their colleagues who have already had access to the material. Yeah, there are students like that. They wouldn't want to buy firsthand. They will wait, let the purchase be made, and then from there they begin their own. Then I would suggest you do a research on What It All. The company they call What It All. They are already doing a bigger picture of what you are, of what you're doing. When you go and let it be your take-home assignment, so that it will help you tailor down. Like Mr. Charles mentioned, you need to expand your revenue streams. Convince someone that if the money is not coming from here, it will come from here, it will come from here, it will come from here. Because already Mr. Blessing has mentioned that Nigerians here, we are not readers. Even those in the academic institutions, they are not. If that push is not there, no business for you. That's why I have to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next person is Justice. Are we ready?
Okay. Good everyone. My name is Obulo Justice. My problem statement is, how can we guarantee the regular supply, production and supply of fruited pumpkin in Omelga? Before I came up with that, our initial target actually for this is the hotels, restaurants who actually buy these things, but who have lots of customers they need to give this use this product for while cooking. So our initial targets, the hotels, restaurants who buy this thing in bulks. Now they may not have time when they buy these things from the market just to arrange, salt, and start cutting or preparing meals. So what we intend doing is having these things sorted, cleaned, that once they buy and take to their homes or their companies, is just direct to cutting and using them for meals they want to use them for. Now, the solution we want to go about doing this is having a large farm where we can actually plant in large scale, whereby once we are done, once it's time for harvesting and production, we'll market these things to the companies or the hotels, the restaurants to get them.
Okay. Comments, feedbacks, questions?
Exam points. You talked about hotels and hotels needs to actually cook, but you didn't itemize what they're going to be specifically selling. That's also one thing. Also, they need a lot of things for their meals. That's the one thing. Then two, you didn't talk about the fact that you talked about the fact that you're going to be having a large farm. A large farm for what? Is it for tomatoes? Is it for cassava? Is it for gari? That's also the factor you're going to be looking at. So I think you look at it, because that's what will make people patronize you. If you bring gari from the village and sell to 2,000 in Lagos, then maybe you should be thinking about selling maybe something like 20,000. 2,000 difference to make people actually come to it. So I think focusing on those hotels, from my experience about hotels, most of them say they don't even cook that much. Whatever they're cooking is in small quantity. Maybe restricting time, but you should also look at households. That should also be part of it too. Then people who do this online service also part of it too. I think generally, considering having a farm will cost you too much. It will really cost you too much. I think it's just to partner with local farmers. I think that would be the best for me based on what you have said so far. Thank you.
Okay. From my previous statement, I said, how can we guarantee a regular production and supply of fluted pumpkin, which is ugu leaf known in Nigeria? I was specific about it. So that's what we are focusing on. And yeah, we are also looking at the restaurants and wholesalers, not just now the hotels and restaurants. We are actually the primary targets for the product. Then, and the wholesalers too. While the retailers and individual consumers are our secondary targets. So we are looking at getting this for these people, the main primary targets. While for there are ones for other like retailers, consumers, and also personal delivery to users.
Okay. Right. All right. So the just like we have mentioned to the previous people that pitched, it will be good you go back and look at your idea again, your concept, and deepen it further, because the connection you're solving to how you will make money is very important. Yeah, so that connection will be very clear, and the problem that to be solved will be, the clarity will come in much more than before. So we'll advise that you go deepen the concept further and see how to broaden it in a way that the revenue that will come in there will be much more robust. And I think this go to every person who has not pitched. When you dwell so much on details, you lose time and you cannot talk about where you will deploy the grants. And that's an essential part of this pitching. If you can't talk about how you will deploy the grant, well, I don't know, because so don't dwell so much on details that you lose that essential bit. Because we are interested. I've been looking out for that. I want to hear how you will deploy the grant. Very important. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we clap again? So the next person on our list is Solomon Ilechukwu Orji.
Okay, that's it.
Can we clap again?
My progress statement is how can we ensure the regular supply of plantain to consumers in Port. So we are into plantain production, and then we produce plantain and plantain flour. Then meanwhile we also have marketers. We have looked at if we produce, where do we market our products? We have market that market women, market the wholesalers and the retailers, even the general public are marketers. How do I intend to connect this, make them aware, these marketers are aware of my product? I want to use how do I intend to make this my market people to be aware of my product? That I'm using marketers to educate them, and I plan using one-on-one coaching, and also through every internet method, social media method to inform them about my product. Then on this, how do I intend to raise money from the business? from the supply I made, to this, I also have other bigger markets than 10, like hotels, restaurants, for eateries are also my bigger markets. Then those supply I made to those bigger markets are where I tend to have my own income from the business, and also every public the general public I also part of my markets. So everybody buy plantain and eat plantain. Even here yesterday this plantain here. So we are all my marketers. We are also my marketplace. So and the reason why I need the grant to enable me to get a space and also buy those suckers.
Your time is up. You can breathe. Just breathe.
Let it pop.
Yes. Okay, please. Over to you, Mr.
Okay. Yeah.
I can comment. I don't know, like everybody observed, we're a little bit too jittery. That's something that we should work on, maybe subsequent pitch. People want to speak on this about what you're saying. They talked about if I get plantain, I don't know whether focusing on plantain alone is enough, or you consider other things you can do from the rural areas. Then connectivity between where you're getting it from and how people are supplying to, we were not really specific about that. Then also your revenue, how long is, as in how you will be generating, of course, because you're going to be selling generating money, but that part is also not too clear to me. I think from my own perspective, generally you should also look at what is being done by the current market segment, so that you'll be able to know how to put your own thing together and know what to add to make it more innovative. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you've heard it that just focusing on plantain alone, you need to be sure that will be profitable in the long run. Yeah, considering that more like you're selling the basic product. There is no processing, right? You're not processing the plantain. Okay, so if you're not processing the plantain, okay, just to buy and sell.
Produce.
To
Produce.
To cultivate, and then sell. Okay, so
but that will be on why you grow, they will to do plantain block processing.
okay, so the processing is like a long-term plan.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, so you factor in those feedback you've already received and go back and deepen your concept again. So this seems to be a recurring point for all of you. Your ideas, your plans, your visions still need further deepening so that you can properly connect the dots in terms of how these things will make money. At the end of the day, if how it will make money, if it's not very clear and very robust and very solid, you may just be surprised that you may not have gone beyond what is already happening. Because people are getting plantain, is it not? People are getting plantain currently. So there must be an element of uniqueness to be able to deepen the process, yeah?
Any more comments? We can have the next person.
The other video guy went to himself.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay, you put out a comment, release. Solidarity.
There's one more to ask.
You can address us while
Okay, while we wait for the other person, I think we have how many persons remaining? Just about three persons remaining. So I wanted to make some changes to say, okay, 30 minutes, 30 seconds to the time I will hit once, but that will be a disadvantage to earlier pictures. So try and manage your time properly. If possible, you can actually time yourself. You don't rely on the bell. You can time yourself so that as you are here, you know that the time is running or not, if you still have time. So far so good. We've really expressed ourselves. Don't forget, like we have been told before, don't waste so much time that you don't get to what you want to use the money for. Very, very important. Because anybody that wants to give you money, they want to know what the money is for. There are sometimes, yes, the business may be very productive, may be profit oriented, but somehow somebody may have issue with the kind of business you want to do. Are we together? So there are people that will say, okay, if it has to do with alcohol, I will not invest because I don't consume alcohol. So what you will use the money for, how you will deploy that grant is very, very important. Very, very important. So I don't know, before the other three persons pitch while we wait for the videographer, any question, comments? Please don't see it as an academic work. That's my concern. It's actually a process of fine-tuning the business idea. I believe those that have presented, those that have pitched, you must have learned something, right? Yes. Something you have not thought of before, an angle to the business. So it's not about to, will I say, condemn it or kill the business idea. Are we together? So I don't know if Mr. Blessing, sir, if you have something you want to still say while we wait for.
No, we will. Blessing will come in, but we'd like to get that his general comment and maybe short story at the end of the persons who are here to pitch. So let's allow those who are here to pitch to finish. Okay. Then after giving the individual comment, then we can allow Blessing to do a general overview. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So the next person we have is Amirize Franklin Chukwulewa. Okay, let's start. The time has started.
Okay, my name is Amirize Franklin Chukwulewa. My problem statement is, how might we supply unadulterated palm oil to consumers in Rivers State? And I'm venturing into palm oil production. And the reason why I came to this program is to enable me get a grant to open up a palm oil milling factory, a fabricated one, the one that is used locally in the rural areas. The market is huge. The market is huge. The palm oil market is huge, and the reason why I'm coming in is to solve the problem of adulteration and to also make money from the market. Having been a wholesaler of palm oil, I know what it takes in that aspect of the value chain. And I also have an advantage. I have an ancestral land where I can harvest palm fruit for my meal. So having looked at all the factors, I think I stand a better chance in doing well in this business. Then the issue of the adulteration, which is prevalent mostly here in Rivers State, is something that I think I have that capacity to solve. to supply standard palm oil to the market, because if consumers could see,
Your time is up. Your time is up.
Okay. Mr. Blessing, sir, can make a comment.
All right. Thank you, sir. I think your idea is a very good idea. We are still making the same mistake even after it has been said. You focus too much on the problem and how to solve the problem. The revenue model, you didn't talk about it. You're already into the business. You should be able to tell us how we are going to navigate from the production line. Since you're already into hosting, what are the loopholes we have between the production line and the hosting line? And even when you're talking about the problem, you should look at the fact that what are you going to do differently to ensure that you have unadulterated palm oil, as it were? What do they add to it? Is it that you're going to be adding something, you're going to be adding something? That's the factor you should look at. But this thing you're seeing, people are already doing it already. As we have oil almost everywhere, what do you bring that is unique? What will make people look at what you're doing currently as something of the standard? What are you bringing into it at the end of the day, from the production line, or are you, as in from the farming line to the production line to the supply line at the end of the day? Are you still going to be a hosting, or are you going to start just dealing with the hosting as well? All these factors are things you're going to consider. And you already know they didn't talk about it at all. That's also very important. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any comments? He has a question. Okay. These are comments. So note them.
Feedback for you to work on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then one other thing, you saying you have the advantage to do something or one thing. So the point is, it's not an Olympic competition.
yes, sir.
You can actually, like you said, the market is huge. Almost every meal we cook in this part of the world contains palm oil. So it's huge. You can actually still have orders. So you must, like what Mr. Blessing has said, you must actually highlight what is so special. Remember what we always say, value proposition. What is so special? And that's the issue of unadulterated. And how do you actually still convince people? Because when you go to the market, they will say, "Na my own good, na my own be the good one." I have not seen anybody that you ask and say, "Is this good palm oil?" And I will say, "No, I add small thing." Have you seen? No, you don't. The seller will not tell you that this. So it's his or her own is the bad one. So you really need to think of how you convince people to trust you to that point. Are we together?
Yes,
So I remember there was a time we were into sales of honey production, even as a company. And there are people who say, I have bought so many fake honey. But since it's you people, are we together? It's you people. That's why I'm what? Buying. And we see some people that will call, even buyers. Since we are no longer supplying them, some people still ask me, after that honey, are you no longer in it? So you must think of what is that strategy you are putting in place for people to so trust you that this thing you are supplying is genuine and there's no form of additive. So you think of that too.
Okay, thank you.
So let's clap him out again. Okay, the next person is Richman Shukuladi Ewo. Let's
One house, please. One house.
Please, your voices are entering the microphone. Okay, your time has started.
My name is Ewo Richman. I'm here to present a problem statement on how can we increase cheap and reliable access to cereals and dairy products to consumers in rural areas in Rivers State. The major problem is that I've observed that there are many consumers who don't have access to this product because of the high cost of cereals and dairies like milk, golden mon cornflakes. The cost is very high. So I've observed this and I have seen that they need cheaper products. And what I did is that I made a test run because I had serious interest in the business. So I made a test run. I bought a bag because you can actually buy directly from a manufacturer. So I tried it with a bag of lacto-rich, which I bought, and I sold to them. In the market, we can get pig milk at about 4,000 naira. But when you sell to them, when you remeasure and sell to them, they can get it at 3,000 naira or 2,500. So when I did it, I realized that they like it. So when I realized it, I went back to the market and I bought the second time, and then I still sold it out to them. I also realized they like it. But going back to the market, there is not enough fund. So while I was searching, I saw that the Shell LiveWire program is on, so I had to apply because of fund. Because there are people who need it, apart from local consumers. When you go to fast food, they need it. Students in hostels, they need it. So I realized I need fund. I made a rough estimate. I needed about 1.5 million naira to start the business because I have calculated golden more complex and the rest of all that. I need to buy them in bags directly from the manufacturers. So that is what brought me here. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Blessing, your comments, your feedback, please.
Thank you very much, sir. If I get it clearly, you want to go into this series, like the one in Ukraine is also another factor. So whatever you're doing in this area, cost is a consideration. You need to know that when the price is going to fluctuate, is this even the favor of your market? And where are you buying from? That's just another factor. So you would also consider that also. Then your revenue model, you will not see, there's nothing too innovative about it. Something that you should also consider also. It's just direct sales. What are you doing? What will you that will broaden your market scope? That much more later when some other people start venturing into what you're doing. Because when you start doing it, there's some people who want to do it. How do you cushion the difference of competitors coming into your space? Thank you.
I think there was a question if you want to be buying wholesale or you want to produce. I want to be buying wholesale. So in other words, there can be a linkage between yourself and Uloma, right? She's producing. Are you getting my point? So that's what one of the objectives of this forum. She's producing. So if you can have, because you don't want to play the role of something like a marketer, a distributor, right? At a level that you can actually sell at lower prices. So you can have a collaboration with her. She supplies you, and you from there supply the market. You never crossed your mind?
It depends on the kind of product she supplies.
You said series, right?
Series, yeah.
And she's into that as well. She may not be into the dairy part of it, but at least she handles one part of it. So that's just my comment.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
And just to re-echo what has been said already, so you say that we are witnessing concepts and ideas, and we are asking ourselves, what is unique about your value proposition? You know, that has already been said, but just to re-echo it, that as you go back to review and deepen what you have, think about what will make your value proposition unique, to stand out. Because the essence of a forum like this, LiveWire training program, is for us to be able to take the business to the next level, yeah? Take our ideas to the next level. Because if we remain where every other person is playing the game, we need to think and ask ourselves, what is the future of what we want to start now or what we've already started? So to be able to have a future, long-term prospects, means that we need to think of how to bring in unique value propositions. So that is what I would still want to re-echo for you. Go back, deepen your ideas, and use all those major factors we have discussed to find how to stand out in the marketplace. Thank you very much.
Let me just to get you listen. You say you need 1.5 million naira, just to about 1.5 million naira, just to buy the products and resell the way you. Wow. Okay, no problem. You can actually stand down. Thank you.
Let's clap him out.
Okay, this is the last person.
The last person is no other than our class chairman, give us the layer.
Hold up. Step back.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, thanks, guys.
My name is Gilbert Olilaya. Going to the urban area for restoration. That brings about our problem that we need to solve, which is how might we increase the availability of ICT, information communication technology centers in our rural areas. We have looked around and we have seen that the problems are actually a big one for our rural areas. So we have a solution. Our solution is one, to establish a telecenter, and secondly is to bring about the bridge of digital drives between the urban area and the rural population. And we have seen that our targeted audience is the student, majorly the secondary school students. And rough estimate of Onega as a case study, we have about 2,500 students in Again Aziz. So we are targeting at least 1,300 students for this. And secondly, we are targeting at the retirees and civil servants based on their biometrics and other things the government requiring to do. Moving to the urban unit for such thing takes money and other things. We are actually looking at sourcing for money. The mode of our income should be registration for JAM, WAEC, and other examination registration that will be done by students, and also government skill accusation that might come through us to teach the student. We also undergo training for any interested personnel, which will generate fund for us. There is the global services. These are what we are actually targeting to get. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Blessing.
Thank you very much, sir. It's the wonderful one. Understanding that the rural areas actually have problems actually registering for the job and all these things. One of the things I also wanted to look at is the fact that we have to also run businesses one way or the other. People have been registering for these things. How do you intend to make your own stuff unique to ensure that when you start, you're able to get a large chunk of the market? You're looking at your market as I think about 2,500 students, looking at about over 1,300 as your target market. How do you intend getting that? That's important. Then when you start, how do you ensure that when competitors come, you are able to actually fend as a standard at the end of the day? In terms of training, are you going to be trained teachers or are you going to be training just individuals? That's a key factor. And also consider the fact that you can actually use the schools, because most of the schools in rural communities are public schools. That means you have to have a relationship with the public school principals to ensure that you have access to their students. That's something that you should also consider also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Blessing. In course of our study, we actually observed that yes, we have competitors already, established competitors, which are the little server cafe we have in the rural communities. Our advantage over them is that this will be a telecenter, more or less a large one that will accommodate enough, more than what a server cab actually operates. And server cab is not actually, I don't think if they have that capacity for registration of WAEC and all that, but we are going to the schools to have an understanding with the school management. We launch into the school, have an agreement with them, this is what we want to do for you. For the course, we'll reduce the cost since it will be multiple students that will be coming for such registration. We'll reduce the cost for them and actually discuss with the school. So period, we can go to the school to do such registration for them. That making our organization a mobile ITC service also. So these are things we have actually put in place to see that we reach out the school. And for the retirees, we have them at home. They are our parents. We actually look at awareness to the community. For the training, we are actually looking at those that are, we have some graduate of computers, but there are some element of ICT that they actually need to learn and course of training. And there are some teachers right now, universities, they're actually launching into digital, like online. Even lecturers, you have to make use of the system, the internet, interacting with your student. COVID-19 actually exposed that to us. So those teachers we have at home, we are actually going to train them.
Thank you. Just to ride on the observation he made, just a quick question to you. Most of those services you mentioned are seasonal. JAMB is seasonal.
Yeah.
WAEC is seasonal.
Yeah.
Even the retirees, they don't go capturing every day. So how will this business be sustainable? That's my question to you.
Okay, the business, this element mentioned, they are seasonal, yes. As an ICT center, a lot of things goes in that we can actually have a set of printing press for that, and we have a set of research. Those that want to come in for research also, we have aspect of that. That means we'll be generating income through our...
The same thing in other West African countries. WAEC registration is done only in the schools. It is only schools that are accredited to handle anything WAEC registrations. If it is for JAMB, that is understandable because they have accredited centers. And I will also lay extra emphasis on what Mr. Blessing mentioned, that you should build a synergistic relationship with the schools, because nowadays they are doing what we call CAS upload, continuous assessment upload. It predates the WAEC registration, so that when the school has these things, once the season comes up, because now you have been told that it's annual. So once that season comes up, you know that for so number of schools, you are the one to undertake or handle their CAS upload, and also have the principals or whoever is in charge of those schools refer students that are prospective JAMB candidates to you. So you need to be considering this. And when you were mentioning training teachers, I really wanted to understand the area you want to train teachers. If it's private schools, which you know you hardly find in the rural cities, it may be somewhat difficult because only private schools in the cities are using digital systems in result upload, assessments, and all the rest of them. Public schools have not keyed into that yet. So I think you just need to rework these things when you step down from here. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You may take it down.
Okay, so thank you everyone for that.
Sorry, before you go on, you can also handle NIN registration. Yeah. Now, NIN is a mandatory procedure for WAEC and JAMB.
Yeah.
So, as the students are coming up to SS1, SS2, you can handle the registration for those schools. With that, you have streams of income or revenue coming in.
Okay, thank you everyone for that beautiful time we've had. I believe we've gotten the feedbacks. I believe we're still going to work on them. And the business model canvas in front of you, I believe some stick on notes should go out, others should replace because of what the conversation we've had so far. So we are always open The video will be there. I believe comments may still come in from people outside that will watch. Please watch out for those comments on the YouTube channel. So at this point, we'll give room to our guest, Mr. Blessing, to give us a general view of what we have done so far, and from his own experience too in the business world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I want to also appreciate all the other people who have commented and new business people that want to share LiveWire. I was one time like this where I had to pitch my idea, so I know it's not easy to close to whatever I've done so far, and there's always room for improvement. And one of the things I want to emphasize on is your value proposition. It's something that you should really work on. We live in an environment where people are looking for ways to do things differently. You might have an in a community, what makes it standard is how do you do it uniquely. There are different kinds of things that people do, even on the global scale. Somebody comes up and does something differently, just because something they've done. It might be very little. As simple as it is, when your business plan is not an academic work, like one of our ministers rightly said, you might win this grant, but if it's based on academic work, you might not really go that far. Understand that there are other factors that comes into play too. Your tenacity, how can you believe in what you're doing, because it's not just going to be 1 + 1 = 2. Most of your business models here, no matter how good it is, it's going to be well tested. And based on your perseverance, that's what makes you succeed at the end of the day. And also, there should also be room for diversification. In case whatever you are doing, don't say this is not how to do it, so it has to be this way. You can add other products, related products to it, to ensure that you get the best of what you are proposed to do. So I want to thank Mr. Sherman and everybody from the speak. I believe that what we have done so far with continuous improvements will be the best out of your business. And I wish you all good luck. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you so much. Blessing. It's been interesting having you on this conversation and to review what our upcoming entrepreneurs have come with. So thank you for using your lot of experience to help them sharpen up their ideas. And we would like to say that you have been very consistent in always supporting upcoming entrepreneurs, sharing your experience. Each time we call upon you, you do that. So we say thank you so much. We appreciate that. And we look forward to further collaboration with you, as we continue to work with them. We hope to have regular mentoring sessions for them, as they leave this training today, the mission that we met today, which we have noted, that they apply them and sharpen their businesses. So we'll be working on that. So we say thank you.